Hi there, it's Jim here. Let's take a look at a past exam question. This one is a 5-mark question on power culture. Here's the question on the screen. Explain one reason why Zany PLC's shareholders wanted to change the power culture at the company. A 5-mark analysis question. As always, we unpick the demands of the question. What's the examiner looking for? Well, clearly this question, the knowledge gatekeeper, the start point is about power culture, one of the 4 classifications of culture that Handy identified. And our endpoint or our argument needs to get to the reasons why the shareholders wanted to change the culture. So it's from the perspective of the shareholders. How many points do we need? Well, it's 5 marks. And it's clear, isn't it? Explain one reason. So the question is explicit in terms of the range. One reason required only. Let's take a look at the case study. A quick reminder, it was about a jewellery retailer called Zany, which had a strong reputation, set up, founded by Ted Zany, and he used a power culture whilst he was in charge. And he grew the business by having investment from venture capitalists, so external share capital. Well, Ted was there for 8 years. In that time, they opened 16 stores, but the shareholders asked him to leave. Ted leaves, and in the subsequent period, beyond 2013, the business opens 150 franchises under new management. So, what can we glean from that case study to help us explain to the examiner one reason why those shareholders wanted to change the power culture? Clearly, there are a number of possible reasons. We only need one. So pick one, write efficiently, and explain how and why that might have been the case by reference to the case study, and then move on. This is only 5 marks. Here's my answer. Let's read through, and then I'll just spend a few seconds highlighting some of the exam technique. So one reason is that shareholders wanted to grow the business faster. So a power culture is common in small businesses where a founder and CEO like Ted dominates decision-making. And although Zany grew by 16 stores during the 8 years in which Ted was in charge, between 2005 and 2013, the venture capital shareholders may have seen Ted's power culture as limiting Zany's sales and profit growth, and therefore the value of their shares. For example, the shareholders might have decided that a change to a role culture would enable more specialist managers to be recruited, such as those experiencing in recruiting franchisees, thereby enabling Zany to expand much faster using a franchise approach, which Ted, with his power culture, may have resisted. And I think that point explains that the Zany shareholders, the venture capitalists, wanted to change the culture so they could grow the business faster, something that Ted perhaps was resisting. Perhaps he didn't want the business to grow using franchises. He just wanted to open his own stores. I think that answer meets the demands of the question. It's efficient. It starts with one reason is the shareholders wanted to grow the business faster. Full stop. We then develop our point, our analysis in context. So the context there is highlighted in red, drawing on the case study. So we're told the business grew by 16 stores. He was there for 8 years. So the difference between the date he founded the business and the date he left. And also we're told that beyond Ted's departure, they recruited many dozens, 150 plus franchisees to run the new Zany franchise outlets. So I think it's got analysis, it's got application, it shows knowledge of what a power culture is. Therefore, I think it meets the demands of the question.